the dual aspect going into these games so far.
And it's also me, Leica, comes home.
Nice. So we got Rory or Aurorious versus Partially, and Rory, our resident pot player. Nice anti-air conversion right off there. Try to go into the Mega Fist, but an immediate burst from Partially. Establishes back into the neutral. Gets hit by the body projectile. Have you seen this matchup?
I haven't seen it too often, I gotta be honest, but I gotta say, Rory has actually quite a bit of experience with this matchup. I've seen him do it a couple times, and he makes it not look quite as bad as it might seem.
Yeah, because on paper, I would think, you know, there'd be a complication, and both of these characters aren't well known for, like, their movement, especially for Guilty Gear. Oh, and that's gonna be a kill, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Aurorious, renowned, world renowned for his purple RC.
Yeah, into immediate fast cancel into the pot buster, yeah. I've seen that so much, but it's so scary, especially from that Naruto attempt right over there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, goes in. And you got to be thinking, you know, as a Nago player, of course the common thing is that you're going to be paying attention to your blood rage right over there. It was filling up as it goes down, but he was so close, getting close to that activation. Nice anti-air again, but you got to think that's got to be a thing where you kind of want to avoid that, especially when you're trying to approach.
Oh yeah, both characters have to risk or give up a lot to move forward if they're burst options.
Right.
You're either giving up blood meter, which is affecting your potential pressure options,
right, or
you're risking maybe one hit of armor to risk it, to just dash in there, get right in their face.
But the risk-reward option was definitely in Rory's favor. I was able to get into there with the PRC outside of the tackle and go into the command grab. It feels like Partially is pertaining a little bit more into blocking, which is not bad in the fighting game. You know, it's your first and foremost way of defending yourself. But in this case, when you're dealing with a grappler, oh my God, that's gonna be a burst. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be impossible. Oh, that's a kill. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, you can't do that against Potemkin. It will end your career.
I mean, I don't think his career was ended. I think his life was ended for that. I mean,
those life points you dropped to 0.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, I heard. You tell a guy time to duel that? Oh my gosh. There we go.
I think Rory's actually one of those players that has the life counter as the Potemkin buster.
Oh, the bot, you know, inside the piece. Oh, that's cool.
Unfortunately, Partiality does maybe need to commit to more wake-up backdashes to get away from these Potemkin busters.
That's a tiny bit of in-ball frames when you do it, so it'll definitely get you away from that. But he probably doesn't want to play that game of, oh, that was a nice YRC.
Absolutely.
Probably doesn't want to play that game of like having to deal with the media options then, because Rory does have ways to get around that stuff.
Yep, there's always ways, but you got to represent every option if you want to get out of this kind of offense.
But he's actually awake in that sense, actually getting his first round in there. Partially looking somewhat awake right now. Ooh, gets immediate with the 2L jab. And I'll say enough, you know, for Strive different from like a Guilty Gear towards other games, you know, there's a lot, I guess, less that you can get off of like counter hit light attacks. But in that case, when you're a character like Pot that has the range, or like a Zato that has the range to replicate that in neutral, it has its purposes. To be able to check movement and stuff like that, that was a nice armor off of that.
Wow, that was actually kind of a fortunate blood burst. You could tell Rory was just about to push some pressure on him, but that pushed him right back out.
Very fortunate. Very fortunate.
He did lose a fair bit of life, but he might have saved some in the long run. Oh, there we go.
He backdashed again. The first backdash didn't get smoked, but he committed to it because he definitely was conditioned not to want to block because of the command grab setup. Oh, that's a whiff. That's a huge whiff.
Oh, accidentally dropping it. But he has him in the corner. This is a very good position. Level 2 blood for Nagoriyuki. That 2H now does hit heavies whenever you're at level 2 blood.
Preemptively faultless defensing, so he doesn't have to raise that up. But oh, does not get the pickup. Did not hit the 2 slash off of that. That's so unfortunate. PRC into the pot, and this is going to be death again.
No fear from Aurorious.
None.
Just running for it. Backdash once, that's fine. I still got another buster on deck.
Yeah, I can feel that. And then Partially is way behind on there, down 0-2. Hopefully he can find some way to get Nagoriyuki's pressure going. And you know, it's not irresponsible for him to like maneuver over on half screen to full screen, think about where he wants to approach from, use his wrong langing limbs in order to establish a safe way to get in. But Rory has had good calls when it comes to like picking his spots. The armor, as we just saw for the unblockable knockdown, the Mega Fist, which makes him avoid his pressure. The command grab resets, is going to put him back into the corner. Nice burst. And he's just been jumping a lot outside of that pressure. So,
yeah, the back Mega Fist +3 on block. Pretty safe unless you know how to counter it. Definitely something you gotta keep your eye out for in the matchup, unfortunately.
Yeah. And that's unfortunate he didn't actually, you know, hit the metered block, because that actually would have took away the chip damage that Garuda would have had right over there. That's unfortunate. Ooh, tick throw once again, and he's in the corner. Oh my goodness.
This is looking pretty bad. But I still think Partiality could do it.
I don't know yet. You just said it.
Commentator's curse.
Heike, why would you say it?
I believed in the 2S. I thought maybe a couple, one or two well-placed 2S counter hits, Beyblade forward.
But you've seen him try to go for established Beyblade forwards after he would go for the projectile. And the good thing about Aurorious is that he was able to pinpoint that, and he was able to go into the unblockable low that went there. The armor would absorb it, and then he would able to get the knockdown. Of course, not doing damage rather than the beta station where it was messed up. But yeah, it actually gave him the advantage. He was able to get back his turn, establish his pressure. I just felt like Partially didn't know where he wanted to go in at, or found his comfortable spot where, like, okay, you're not